Hey, whatever you want to start, we'll start. We rolling?
Yeah.
Oh, you been rolling?
Well, no, I just.
When I was at Claflin, Claflin was kind of adjacent to University of South Carolina, and we had like a program with them to where we do our 4 years in communications at Claflin, and we could go to USC for like literally the following, like after we graduate, like that following fall, we'll go back to school. We would be students at USC now, and we would sit there for like a year. Yeah, it was 4+1 program. So we would go to USC for a year, um, and we would get a master's.
In 1 year.
Yeah, but it's an accelerated program, meaning like your workload is gonna be significant. Like there's no doubt about that because most people get their masters in 2 years.
Yeah.
So instead of like splitting that up in like the 2 years, they're gonna basically, for lack of a better term, cram all that stuff you need in 2 years in 1 year. But you'll get your master's after 5 years of school, like which is dope. Like for you to go literally bachelor's and then boom a year, and I got my master's. That's great if that's what you want to do. Like that path was offered to me. Like I was in the program already. Like I was taking a class in my senior year at Claflin that would have literally placed me into like the prereq to do like the program, the +1 program where I'll get my master's in a year. But I didn't want to be in South Carolina anymore, and their program was more so like corporate, like broadcast communications, which again was not something I wanted to do. I was like, I want to do film, take it to a film program. So if that program was different, if it was like an MFA or like something like that, maybe I would have did it. But I'm lying, I wouldn't have because I didn't want to be in South Carolina, and I enjoyed my time there. But I was like, it's time to go. Like it's time to get to a new environment, which was California. So yeah, +1 programs are cool, but again, they're like accelerated, so they move quickly. Not saying it can be done.
They said they're what?
They're it's a lot. Like they move quickly. Like they're very accelerated. So
okay.
It's basically saying that okay, you have done well in your 4 years, and you know are intelligent enough. You are able to handle all this weight of this, and you got to knock this out in a year. So you got to handle all these requirements in a year that it would normally take somebody 2 years to do. It's doable, and it's great when people do it. Like I think it's dope when people get a chance to do that because you're saving time. Like you don't have to do school for 2 more years, a year, and that's it. You can go like work where you want to work at. Cool, but for some, it's just not. That's not what we want to do. So yeah, that was your question.
Kinda, but it's more just about what advice or any important steps one would want to get. Like, so I want to get my master's in film.
Okay.
So, and I didn't know that they would. I don't. Maybe in 3 years, or they might have it. Hopefully, but yeah, I want to get my master's in film.
Okay. Yeah, my thing, since you already know you want to do that now, I would just start looking at programs that you want to get into. Let's say UCR doesn't make a 4+1 or 4+2 program about getting your master's. I would look everywhere that has like the best film program associated with you. So I guess I would start with I would start looking at who I want to work with. That's important. Like I would look at some different schools that maybe rank top or whatever for like MFAs in film, and I don't know how far you want to go. Like you want to stay in California or
New York.
So you go to New York. Okay, so I would look at New York. New York, of course, NYU. That's the #1 school over there. To my knowledge, NYU is like that school. Extremely competitive, like any of these other film programs, like USC or UCLA or you name any other film schools, right? So NYU, I would look at NYU, look at their faculty, and look into like, okay, what does Professor whatever insert name here? What does he work on? What does he teach? Who is he? Like, do I want to work with him? Do I think I could work with him? Blah blah, right? I would do that for all the professors you think you could work with at NYU. And and this takes a lot of planning too, but I'm glad you think about this now because it's like you can make like a spreadsheet where you say like, okay, this is the school I want to apply to. These are the people I want to work with. This is the school I want to apply to. These are the people I want to work with. And what you'll do now, even in these early stages, you can like start sending emails to these people, start building rapport with them. Say, hey, I'm Lorenzo. I go to UCI. I'm studying film media. I currently I'm a photojournalist. I would like to have a conversation with you about the work that you've done or like the work that you assign your students in class, like on a graduate level. Like I just interested in the next few years applying to NYU's film school. And people that bite back that allow you to email them or like get on the phone with them or Zoom with them, or let's say you take a trip to New York and like meet with them. I don't know. Like it's about like, I'm building that rapport very early to where I'm like, okay, I already know I want to go to grad school and I need people that's going to support me. Like I need people when I get there, because you're gonna get there. So when I get there, that people I'll be able to work with, and then also as I'm applying, people that can like write letters of recommendation for me, people that can say, oh, they can look at like your like personal statement or like your resume and be like, yeah, I would change this, or hey, I would use this wording so it looks better on the application, because it's all about playing the game, and any of these things is about playing the game. So I would try to build connections with people that already work at these schools, and then I would take it to the next level, and I would look at the students that are coming out of these programs. Like if somebody's recently graduated from there, you can ask them like, hey, what was your experience like with this professor? What was your experience at the program? Like how was the food? Like how was the living situation? Like, how was the weather? Because they get heavy snow, so they get weather for real. So I would just start doing that, start building relationships with people. And yeah, I'll start looking at programs, start building relationships with people. Like I mean, just simple like email exchanges. You don't have to be on phone calls yet or anything like that. But I would be a pest. I would, hit these people up, and let's say you hit them up next week, and they respond back, and y'all get on a Zoom or a phone call. It's okay, cool, thank you. I look forward to speaking with you. And then, somebody told me a pro tip, like, don't like have your hand down, be like, oh, I want, like, give me a letter of recommendation. Oh, me, like, oh my, like, put stuff in my hands. I would very politely and very subtly just be in their face, like, bother them. But I don't mean like hit them up every day. I mean like, um, when holidays come, like before a holiday or after a holiday passes, I would send an email or send a message. Hey, hope you had a great Thanksgiving, or I hope you have a safe trip to wherever you going home for Thanksgiving, something like that. Or let's say like, you know, it's about to be summertime, Memorial Day. I hope Memorial Day was good to you. Something simple like that, a simple two sentence email. And but they was thinking about me. They were like, wow. And they as they keep seeing your name, they have no choice but to like when they think of opportunities or when they think of ideas or when they think about your name or they see your name on the application, they're like, oh, I know who that is. And they already have an idea of like, oh, this person, they speak to me like they present themselves well, like they have good skills, like I think they should be in our program. Um, that's the way that kind of works. It's like you're playing chess, you know what I'm saying? So that's my best advice to you. I would be like, start doing some research on those places. Like, well, you want to go to New York, so start looking at programs in New York that you can see yourself being a part of. Start hitting people up that teach there. Start hitting people up that go to school there, and then let that do its thing. Let that be a filler. You know what I'm saying? Let that. It's almost like investing. Like put that money in the stock market, and then as you focus here and get your grades together here, do classes and assignments to the best of your ability here, but also start doing work. Like also start like making projects, like start getting with friends to like shoot stuff. Start getting with people to take more photos and just build your portfolio. Because that's what they're gonna ask for too when you apply. So like, what have you done? Like what films do you have? Do you have any awards yet? Like they look at stuff like that. Like have you been in a film festival yet? Have you you know, have you done anything notable? Not to say it like that, but have you like been working? Like, do you have the skills necessary to succeed in this program? So I would start doing that. Like, just start doing work. Start making really quality work. Like, don't just put stuff out just for the hell of it. Like, make quality work and make work that is gonna be up to the par of like what an NYU will have. So like, I would start looking at like, because NYU has stuff where they have film festivals with their own students. So I would look at things that they're putting out already and be like, oh, this type of films they're doing. Oh, this type of framing they're using. This is the look that they're using. So I need to, in a way, not copycat their things, but like my things need to look like this. And if they don't look like this, it needs to look better. If the story's not like this, it needs to be better. If the dialogue's not like this, it needs to be better. The costuming, the music, the editing, if it's not how it's here on NYU's, it needs to be better at NYU's. So now when I apply, they have no choice but to bring me to the program. Um, and it'll be successful. Happy birthday to